we are aiming to find the missing letter in the word. You will need an activity sheet and a pen. Along the way, you will have visual and verbal hints. When you are done finding all 26 words, compare your results with a friend. Purple. What could this word be? For a hint, click to the next slide. What does apple start with? Apple. If you haven't already, write down your answer. Oat. Oat is a word on its own, but what other word could it be? If you need a hint, press shift for the next slide. What letter does boat start with? Boat. You can add many letters to the start of at to make a new word. Make sure you see the hint to get the correct answer. What does cat start with? Cat. Og. What letter could og need to make a word? Click space for a hint. What letter does dog start with? Dog. Elephant. What huge word could this be? Press shift for a hint. What does elephant start with? Elephant. Ish. Ish is another tricky one where you can make multiple words. Click shift to find the hint. Fish. What does fish start with? Fish. Ift. What letter could we put in front of ift to make a word? Press shift to find the hint. Gift. What does gift start with? Gift. Ippo. What letter added to the front of ippo would make a word? Click shift for the next hint. Hippo. What does hippo start with? Hippo. Glue. Sounds like something that's already a word but is not spelt that way. What letter could be in front of glue to make a word? Press shift to find a hint. Igloo. What does igloo start with? Igloo. Am is a word on its own and can have multiple letters in front of it to make different words. Please click the shift button to see the hint to find the word. Jam. What does jam start with? Jam. Ite. What letter can be put in front of ite to make a word? Press shift for a hint. What letter does kite start with? Kite. Iron is another one of those words that sound like a word but is not spelt like a word. What letter could be put in front of iron to make a word? Click the shift for a hint. Lion. What letter does lion start with? Lion. Ice. Ice is a word on its own, but you can add a few different letters to the front of it to make a word. Ensure you press the shift key to get the hint to make the right word. Mice. What does the word mice start with? Mice. Est. What letter could be put in front of est to make a word? Ensure you click the shift button to see the hint to make the right word. Nest. What does nest start with? Nest. Wool. What letter could be put in front of wool to make a word? Go to the next slide to find a hint. What does owl start with? Owl is a tricky one because when you sound it out, The letter does not sound as it should. What do you think? Give it a go. Ig can have many words made out of it. Ensure you click the shift button to see the hint. Pig. What does pig start with? P, 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 pig. Een. What could be put in front of een to make a word? Press shift to find a hint. This one's a tricky one. Now this one's a tricky one because the U makes the sound a little bit different. What does queen start with? Qu, 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 queen. Obot. What letter could be in front of obot to make a word? Robot. What letter does robot start with? R, 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 robot. Tar. What letter could be put in front of tar to make another word? Please press shift to find the hint. Star. What does star start with? S, 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 star. Re. What letter could be put in front of re to make a word? Click shift for a hint. Tree. What does tree start with? T, 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 tree. Umbrella. What could go in front of umbrella to make a word? Click shift for a hint. What does umbrella start with? Umbrella. Now what letter could be put in front of vegetable to make a word? Click shift for a hint. What does vegetable start with? Vegetable. Orta. What letter can be put in front of orta to make a word? Click shift for a hint. Water. What does water start with? Water. Something ray. Press shift for a hint. Now I'm not going to say this one because it will give it away. Look at the picture for the hint. An. What letter could be put in front of an to make a word? Press shift for a hint. Yarn is something you use while knitting. What letter does yarn start with? Yarn. Just like yellow. Ebra. What letter could be put in front of ebra to make a word? Click shift for a hint. What letter does zebra start with? Zebra. Well done on finishing. Now it's time to collaborate with your friends. If you have finished before your friends, you may have found some words can have multiple letters in front of them to make different words, such as at can have a C for cat, an S for sat, and a B for bat, and so on. Choose one of these words and make a list of how many different words you can make. If you still have time at the end, choose one of the words and draw a picture.